Today we're at the Second Chance Wildlife Center with Shane and Angie. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. So what do you have here?
We have a mother large brown bat with two baby pups. And the young are called pups. And they were brought in, actually the mother came in without. She was pregnant, we didn't know it at the time. When we were ready to release her, we found out she had two pups, which were actually under her wings. Is where she kept the pups at.
How old are these bats?
The mother we're not sure of, but she seems to be a middle-aged mother. The young are, how old are they now?
They'll be 3 weeks tomorrow.
3 weeks as tomorrow. And as you can tell, she's not real fond of
She's not happy to be away from them, and they'll make noises. Can you hear the noises that the little ones are making, trying to get back to her?
Mm-hmm.
That's all location, so she's trying to let them know where she's at, and they're trying to let her know where they're at, and they're just kind of vocalizing together.
She just seems a bit angry.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me put her back and we can talk about the pups here.
She'll be in search of her young now, back in the aquarium. You can take that one, it's a little more antsy than the other.
Okay.
She'll be in search of
So these guys are able to fly now. They're over 2 weeks old. They are born with no hair. They are born flightless. They also cannot do much other than be with mom. So these guys are, as you can see, they look just like the adult. They have the fur on the back, and they're ready to fly. Mom will take care of these guys for a little while, but then they're going to be out trying to catch food on their own pretty quickly here. So we're going to be releasing these guys probably within the next day or two.
What do they eat in the wild?
They're insectivores, which means they eat just insects. They'll take, they're really good at controlling mosquitoes. They'll take moths. They'll take all different types of insects in flight, and they catch it in flight, and they feed it in flight.
What do you feed them here?
Right here, we feed them mealworms right now. They're real high in protein, and they're easy to get. There are a lot of people use mealworms for bait, so we use those for feeding these guys now. And it produces enough milk. She's still nursing these guys. So even when we put her out, she's going to come back. We're going to put her out in a bat box, which anybody can put together and put out in the wild for bats. Right now, they're having a real hard time because of white nose syndrome, which has taken its toll on bats in Pennsylvania and across the United States.
What is white nose syndrome?
White nose syndrome is a fungus that these guys get in their hibernacula, which is in their caves and stuff, likes real cold, damp areas, which is where these guys hibernate, and it gets on their nose, on their wings. It causes scarring tissue on the wings, and it also irritates them when they're in hibernation. What happens is they come out of hibernation then in January, February. Not a lot of insects out there at that time, and they actually starve to death as a result.
How big do these bats usually get?
The mother that we just showed you, that's about the extent of the size they get. And she's actually big for bats in Pennsylvania. The small brown bat doesn't get much bigger than what you're looking at these babies right now.
How big are these about?
The babies, they're about 2.5 inches in length.
about half the size of your thumb.
Mm-hmm. And the mother will get it to about 4 inches in length from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail.
They were only about the size of a quarter when they were born. They were very, very tiny. So they've grown a lot. Now they have fur. Eyes are open now, getting little teeth. They're still nursing, so they're not eating anything solid yet. But once they're released, they'll be able to actually start flying and maybe catching some insects on their own.
With flying, are these part of the bird group or the mammal group?
These are mammals. Bats are mammals. But yet they do fly like birds, or they're kind of, they don't really flap a wing. I guess they would do kind of flap and glide, and swoop down on insects. They'll kind of zone in with their sonar on insects and just grab them out in flight and eat while they're flying, and move on to the next mosquito. These guys can eat thousands of mosquitoes a night. That's why bats are very, very, very beneficial to have around.
Yep,
Take care of our...
About 99.9% of all bats that were in northeastern Pennsylvania are no longer alive because of white nose. So it's very important. This is great for able to get these guys and raise them.
How old do these bats usually get?
Bats can get to be the age of 10, 11. They can also, some of them they found were even closer to 20 years old. So they can live a long time.
Well, thank you, guys, for telling us about these bats. And if you guys are liking this series so far, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel.